Hello, everyone who is watching me. Myself, Harinder Singh, and I'm a born Punjabi, born Indian. I've been living in Russia for the last more than 33 years. I came to Russia in 1991, and uh, it was the period when the Soviet Union was just crashing or it was just dismantling. So I came to erstwhile Soviet Union. At that time, the president of this country was Mr. Gorbachev, who just has just expired in the last week. Then I have seen the political era of Mr. Yeltsin, his presidency for about 7 plus years, and then I have seen the political era of Mr. Putin for the last 20 plus years. During these 33 years, I've been answering questions of my friends, my acquaintances, the people who know me, who knew me, who asked me different questions. They were of the personal nature, they were of a general informative nature. In the early years, there was no internet, there were no YouTubes, there was no mm, social media. Actually, as I've been living in Russia for the last 30 plus years, I think in Russian. I speak in Russian, but I'm a born Indian, so English language is in my, you can say it's in me. But I'm feeling a bit of discomfort in speaking because of the nature of my living in Russia. Uh, that's why. So I ask apologies for this. Maybe a bit of a different accent. Maybe I'm unable to locate the right words to say the things, but I'll try my best, and I hope that I'll come up this hurdle during the course of this video recording. So, catching up. Earlier, when there was no internet, when there was no social medias, and there were not many people from India living in Russia, so the information about Russia was the minimal, and all the information that the Indians have or they had, or the people who were interested in any information from this part of the world, uh, they got it from the newspapers. And news about Soviet Union and about Russia, they do not occupy uh, a good amount of space in the press. So they asked me different questions, and I've been answering those questions. But since 24th of February of 2022, people have asked me, I don't know, maybe tens of thousands of questions about what's happening in Russia, why all this unrest in the geopolitical world has begun, with the people what they say is the invasion of Ukrainian territory by Russian forces. Before this, people they asked me questions in 2014 when uh, Crimea got integrated or joined or got back into its, I would say, earlier boundaries, because Crimea was the part of Russian Empire. So at that time also I answered a number of questions, and the information the people they had about Russia before 2014 was more or less understandable to me, because the information they had was reflected in their questions to me. But the information after 2014, the information that they had, which was reflected in their questions to me, was, I mean, was very much different from the reality, because and it was the result of the international media holdings. The information that they reflected, the information that they broadcasted, the information that they published was the one which was suitable to the Western media and to the Western leaders. And now, after 2000, after the 24th of February 2022, the information that is being broadcasted, that is being published, that is being provided uh, to the public in the world is, I cannot say is entirely different, but it is very much different from the reality. How I can say that? Because, and why I can say that, why I can judge that is because I'm living here, and by living in Russia, I know more or less a different picture, the picture which is more real, which reflects the reality more than the one that my acquaintances that they have in different parts of the world. As I previously said, I've been living here for more than 30 plus years, to be exact, 33 years, and I have traveled to different parts of the world. I got my education from Russia, and I started performing my professional activities in Russia, and it is from here that I moved into different parts of the world. I worked in different organizations, in different countries, in different continents, and as a result, I had the privilege of having my acquaintances, having my friends from the different parts of the world in Europe, almost all the countries in Europe, including Schengen zone, excluding Schengen zone, then in North American continent to be specific, that is Canada. Then from Mexico, I have my friends, though I've never been to Canada nor to Mexico, but I've been to Europe a number of times. Then I've been to Peru, to Argentina, to Brazil, and I've worked for more than 2 years in Africa. So as a result, I have people from different parts of the world who have been asking me these questions about the life in Russia, the way Russia behaves, the way Russia lives, the geopolitical ambitions of Russia, maybe if it is correct to say, or the turbulence in the geoeconomics and the geopolitics as a result of Russian actions, or maybe we can say that as a result of the provocation which Russia suffers, or the provocations to which Russia replies. So in these videos, I would like to share the information that I have, the information that we have, the state of the Russian society, the in-house information, the in-house living, the in-house thoughts and the thought process of the Russians, and including me, and maybe because we here we live and I have friends from different parts of the world who are living in Russia. It's quite clear that we discuss, we talk. So in these videos, I would like to share the information because I cannot answer one-to-one, and the lack of information from Russia is a result of the ban imposed on Russian mass medias. To be very specific, that is Russian Today. That is the only Russian channel which was or the Russian mass media agency that has been working or in different parts of the world, and no doubt the RT has been banned in Europe and in Northern American continents. I mean, it has been banned by YouTube and the other mass media platforms. But RT is very much operational in in the Eastern world, in the Arabic world, in the Latin American world. So people from these parts of the countries, they have access to the information which would help them gain or formulate a picture of what is happening. Because to clap, you cannot clap with one hand. You need two hands to clap. So I believe and I hope that my videos might help people gather information and to formulate their own I would say the picture of how is it happening, why is it happening, and it might be of some help to the people who work with analysis, who do some analysis, because I would try to share analytical information as well. Well, I believe it might be of interest to you people, and even if it's not of an interest, I feel that it is my duty to share the information, to share my views, the reasons for this conflict, and how it all began, how it was generated, how it was provoked, and the answers of Russia to this conflict, and what would be the outcome. Might be the outcome. I cannot say what would be the outcome, but there might be outcome of this conflict, wherein we are noticing, we are seeing, we are feeling that the domination of the Western world is declining. It is fading slowly, slowly, slowly. It might take years. It might take 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. But the foundation for this, I would say, the formation of the new world order has already been laid, and the processes have already begun. And if any one of you, and I believe that many of you must have read a book by Spengler, wherein the decline of Europeans, the decline of European civilization, written in way back in early 1900s, that is the early 20th century, and wherein he said that the European civilization is declining. Well, when I read this book, for me it was something like hypothetical, but I feel that I'm a witness of what he wrote in 1900 and how that thing is materializing in today's world, how this the world order created after this World War II, when United Nations came into existence. The United Nations were born, and how this world order is cracking, how it is I would say losing its principles, or maybe losing its value, and another world order wherein the Eastern forces are taking the rule, taking the steering. That is wherein it's Russia, it's Iran, it's China, it's Eastern countries like Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, India, who are becoming the country, I mean, who are gaining the strength, and they are solidifying their vote. Well, and I believe that the upcoming, the future belongs to these countries, wherein there won't be one-centric, a single-centric geopolitical forces taking the decisions and imposing their decisions on the other part of the world, but multicentric world with the strong economic, military, populative forces are coming up, and who would definitely take active part in decision-making processes. Well, for today, I believe, I feel it's enough as an introductory first part of the series of videos that I plan with an intention to share my views, to share the information that I have, to share the picture that we have here in Russia, in this part of CIS states, and I look forward to your response and to your questions as well. Thank you for watching. Thank you.